Hi YouTube, it's me, the Shy Pianist, or you may know me as Donald of Zephyr War Games, bringing you an update to my 30-second deck, Melodious. It's been 5 years, guys, but we finally got enough support that we can actually play. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. So starting straight off, we are playing a triple, a refrain. This is our new combo starter. When she is normal or special summoned, you can add a melodious monster from your deck to hand. Together with couplet, whenever you special summon a fusion monster, melodious fusion monster, should I say, and they are in the extra face up in your extra deck, you can place them into the scale. Her pendulum effect allows you to target a melodious fusion monster you control, send one melodious monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, the targeted monster gains attack equal to the level of that monster sent to the graveyard by times 200. And you can only use this effect once per turn. And so the idea is you just fusion summon out, and then you can send one from deck to grave to allow you to then add back to hand for later down in the combo. The other new melodious monster we are playing is Double Couplet. Couplet allows you to, on the scale, you can only pendulum summon light monsters, but her main effect is while you control only melodious monsters, and that's you can add a melodious spell trap from your deck to hand. Her pendulum effect, her monster effect is if she is added to your hand, except by drawing it for your normal draw, you can reveal this card, special summon one level 4 or lower melodious monster from your hand or graveyard. And same again with the refrain, it places herself into the scale when you summon out a fusion monster. So that's our new ones there. Other melodious monsters we play in the deck, we are playing free Sonata. Sonata is a free special summon so long as you control a melodious monster, and while she is special summoned, all fairy type monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense. Her main, her main work is that she allows you to buff all your melodious monsters, but more so she can also help you extend and go into your link plays for what she does. The other one-offs we play in the deck, we are playing the one Tam Tam. Tam Tam, when she is special summoned and you control a melodious monster, you can add a polymerization through the deck or graveyard to your hand. This is not once per turn. And if this is sent to your graveyard as a fusion material for a fusion monster, for fusion summon, you can target a melodious monster you control. It loses 500 attack, and if you do, you burn your opponent 500. So if you ever get into time, this is a effect you can do. Another one-off we are playing is one Sharpener. Sharpener allows you to, once per turn, target a light fairy monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You just can't activate non-light monster effects during the turn you activate this effect. And we have also the one Soprano. When she is special summoned, you can target a melodious monster in your graveyard and add it back to hand, except herself. And you can only use this effect once per turn. Soft once per turn effect is you can fusion summon one melodious fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control, including this card. And the remaining one of twos we play are the Aria and LEDE. So Aria, when she is special summoned, melodious monsters you control cannot be targeted by card effects and can't be destroyed by battle. And LEDE, if she is special summoned, if she is special summoned, special summon melodious monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, and if this was a special summon, all fairies gain 300 attack. So those are your melodious monsters. For the rest of the deck, in terms of monsters, we are playing a high hand trap count because this is what you can fill the deck with. So playing your free Ash, your free Droll, your free Veiler, and free Nib. It can be your preference of what you can do with this lineup. You can put board breakers in if you want to go second. I'll show you in the side deck. But namely, these 12 cards are literally for your disposable to just put whatever stuff you want into the deck. So moving on to the spells, we are playing free first movement solo. This is the one that allows you to special summon a level 4 or lower melodious monster from your hand or deck. You have to control no monsters to activate this card, and you can only activate one per turn. And you cannot special summon monsters during the turn you activate this card except Melodious monsters. So this is the one card that hasn't got a reprint in so long and has its price bumped up pretty high. But yeah, this basically is another combo starter, and that's the reason why it is. Next, we got free Ostinato. This Ostinato, if you control new monsters, fusion summons one Melodious fusion monster from your extra deck by using 2 monsters from your hand and or deck as fusion material. During the end phase of the turn, destroy the monster fusion summon by this effect. And if you do, if all the fusion materials that were used for this fusion summon are in your graveyard, you can special summon them. So the idea is this is also again another combo starter that allows you to go into Bacha and then go off. And also to note, this isn't hard monster per turn. So if you activate one, they ash it. You can activate a second one and still combo off from there. We are playing the one Melodious Concerto. This is their new fusion spell, allowing you to fusion summon one fairy fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand, field, and or pendulum zones. That's its effect. Second effect is if a Melodious fusion monster is sent to your graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, even during the damage step, you can place this card to the bottom of the deck and draw 1 card. And you can use each effect once per turn. So this is the card that you usually add with Couplet. In my games today, I have been deciding whether to play this at 2, but yeah, even at 1, it's still good because it recycles itself back into the deck. For the one polymerization from Tam Tam, I'm playing Fusion Substitute because it's always treated as polymerization. I went with Fusion Substitute because a lot of the combo plays allow you to just use the monsters on the board, and then you get that extra draw if you haven't played Pot of Prosperity effectively, or Extravagance if you choose to do so. For consistency, we are playing 3 Pot of Prosperity. This is generally after you played your First Movement Solo or your Ostinato, and then you can just like grab your plays and continue on from there. And for other consistency cards, I'm playing 3 Small World. Now this is simply because I am playing like Vela and Nibiru as a means to bridge into like other Melodious cards, or if I felt that in one of my games I add Nib to hand as a basically oppressive card to let them know that if they were to summon more than 4, I can use Nib. And the last card to round out the deck is the one called by, because you need to make sure your refrain goes off. Onto the extra deck, I am playing 2 Bacha. This is your new fusion monster that you will go into most of the time. So while you control this fusion summon card, the activated effects of your Melodious fusion monsters cannot be negated. You can use the following effects once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can special summon 1 Melodious from your deck. The second effect is if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a Melodious monster in your graveyard except herself and special summon it in defense position. So that's like your as part of the combo line there. I'm playing 2 of the new Flowering Etoile, the Melodious Magnificat. She is basically our new boss monster. She allows you to quick effect banish any number of banish until the end phase any number of Melodious monsters you control. Then you can return up to that many face-up cards your opponent controls back to the hand. So it's a quick effect to just you can banish your entire field and then bounce up to that same number of your opponent's side of the field back to hand. It's non-target, and you don't have to banish all your monsters back to the hand. You don't have to do all your entire field if you choose to not to. You can just basically trade 1-for-1 cards with her. And also to note, because it's banished until the end phase, anything that's special summoned by their effects or have effects because they're special summoned, namely like Iron and Allergy, because when they return, they still are classed as special summon, so they still keep their effects. The second effect of her is that if she is sent to your graveyard by your opponent's card, this fusion summon card is sent to your leaves the field because of opponent's card, sorry, you can special summon 1 Melodious monster from your deck or extra deck except herself. Next, other fusions we play in the deck. I'm currently playing 2 Shibola. She can be bumped up to 3, depending on your format. but during either player's turn, you can target up to 3 cards in any graveyard, banish them, and if you do, this card gains 200 attack for each. This effect can only use once while this is face up on the field. So the idea is you can use Shiberta, banish 3, then use a 12 to banish herself and Shiberta, and then during the end phase she comes back and she can use the effect again. And so triple like DD Crow with bounce on top of that, and then just end phase you can banish more if you so need to, or in your opponent's turn, is very strong. Other Melodious fusions I'm playing, the one Bloom Prima, Melodious Quiet. She gains 300 attack for each fusion material used for her fusion summon, and she can make her second attack during the battle phase. If this fusion summoned card is sent to my graveyard, you can target a Melodious monster in your graveyard and add it to hand. Her main function is that she allows you to OTK under certain conditions of like using in my side deck, namely like cards like Honest and Score, but like her goal is that she does a lot of the damage and heavy lifting in that sense, and if you need to, you can like link her off and then recurve resources and go off from there. Yeah, last fusion I'm playing is Bloom Diva, the Melodious Choir. She can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects, and you take no battle damage involving from attacks involving this card. If this battle is a special summoned monster, after damage calculation, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the difference of the original attack of the opponent's monster and this card. And if you do, destroy that opponent's monster. So her main gimmick is like if you choose not to banish her off from Prosperity, she can be like a clutch in some senses. But yeah, she is a very sort of situational card to play. Next, we are playing 2 Bloom Harmonist, the Melodious Composer. She is honestly one of the best cards in the extra deck, allowing you to extend. If she is link summoned, you can discard a card, special summon one Melodious monster with different levels from your deck to this card that this points to in defense. You cannot special summon the turn you activate this effect except Melodious monsters, and you can only use this effect once per turn. If Melodious monsters this card's point to attack, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. So the idea is that you do combo off and then set up your board going first with her, or you can go into it and going second and basically prevent your opponent from activating stuff during the battle phase. The last cards in the extra deck can be literally be more copies of the Melodious cards, but I've sort of put in other like tech cards if need be for situations that you can come up with, come into. So I got the IP and Masquerena into Unicorn, as well as a Lila, Celine, and access code package. This is so that, you know, if you you can either, if you choose not to go into Bloom and you're not locked into Melodious, you can still end with, like, you know, this can be an IP into like SP if you wanted to, and then the whole Lila into Celine access code is so that you can have other ways to do a lot of damage. But 9 times out of 10, whenever I play Pot of Prosperity, I end up banishing these 5+, like the Bloom Diva, as your targets to basically dig through your deck and get yourself some more combo pieces as that. So that's it for the extra deck. For the side deck, I'm playing 2 Lightning Storm and 1 Duster, because the deck naturally has no back row outs. So if you come against a deck that is like, you know, Lab or something, and they set 5, and Melodious doesn't really have that way to just get rid of the back row before committing their board, then you need something to deal with that. The triple Dark Ruler and triple Evenly is for the basically just board breaks into anything you want to do. So yeah, regardless of situations, Dark Ruler and Evenly clears out pretty much majority of boards. And then for my own personal fun tech, I was trying out triple Honest and triple Score. So for those of you, so many of you may know Honest as, you know, if your light monster attacks, you drop Honest and damage step. It gains the attack until the end of the turn. Now, Score is basically during the damage calculation. If your Melodious monster battles, you can drop this down, and it makes your opponent's monster's attack and defense 0 until the end of the turn. So this is what I mean by you can summon out Prima, you attack once. Like so, the main like scenario that I try to do is you basically nib them. You give them the token in attack mode. You summon your nib. And then during your turn, you summon out Prima, you attack into the token, drop your honest in damage step, then damage calculation, you then drop a score, so it reduces to 0, and then you attack again basically for game, allowing you to basically play through the restriction of half damage under prosperity. So that's just my own personal fun tech, but yeah, these can be literally anything else you want to play. But yeah, hence why like there's like the 12 cards of hand traps that you can choose whatever you want to put in the deck. But yeah, that's literally it. So hi guys, I've just got a 1-card combo for you guys to see. It's all you need is Refrain, and this is literally what they can do from just their new 1 card. Obviously, if you opened up Solo, this is just the same thing, but you summon out from deck. So starting straight off, you normal summon Refrain, and using her effect, you can add yourself the new Couplet. Now Couplet, if you do have another Melodious monster, you can special summon it from your hand or grave. I'm just going to pretend like there is no other extension, but this is literally all you have. So then you activate Couplet in your scale, and then you use Couplet's effect because you only control Melodious monsters to add a Melodious spell trap. This allows you to add the new Concerto spell from your deck to hand. Then by activating Concerto, allows you to fusion summon your Refrain and Couplet, using those two, to summon into the new Batcher. Now Batcher, when she is... Well, that's a bit of glare. Batcher, when she's special summoned, allows you to special summon from your deck 1 Melodious monster, but you're going to go Chain Link 1 Refrain, Chain Link 2 Couplet to put them in the pendulum scales, and then I go Chain Link 3 as Batcher to special summon from the deck because your fusion summoned monsters can't be negated. So you special summon, so you put the special summon out, into Tam Tam. So let's put that there. And then you put your 2 Melodious monsters into the scales. Before you do anything else, this is one thing I forgot to do in the duel. Refrain, you can use the effect to target Batcher to then send 1 from deck to grave. Now the one I generally advise doing is sending Aria. Now Aria, basically, when you go through your combo, you allow you to basically set yourself up with some protection. Yeah, so you send Aria to grave, and then giving yourself an extra attack. When Tam Tam is special summoned, you use her effect to add yourself the fusion sub, and then use Refrain to then send from deck to grave, because this happens on summon. Next, using these 2 Melodious monsters, you then link summon into Bloom. So Bloom, when she is special summoned, you can discard 1. So you discard your fusion sub as Chain Link 1. Batcher can then Chain Link 2 target your Tam Tam to revive, and then you can go Chain Link 3 Concerto to put to the bottom of the deck to draw 1. So you put the bottom deck, you draw 1, so it can be literally any card. Let's just put a dead card here, and then Batcher will revive Tam Tam, and then Bloom, what you want to summon ideally is Soprano and Chopiner. So on summon, Tam Tam can then, you can go Chain Link 1 Soprano to target your Aria that you sent from deck to grave to add the back to hand, or this could be Elegy as well. One of the 2, depending on what you want or what you have in hand. And then Tam Tam would then use her effect to grab back your fusion sub back to your hand. So immediately that's back to hand. And then what you can do is use Soprano's effect to then fusion summon. What I tend to go to is these 3 into your new fusion monster. And then you can pendulum summon out your Aria, and if you wanted to, you fusion sub these 2 into Shiberta. So if you did have one of the things that if you do have other cards as well to extend and play is that if you got, if Couplet did have you a Melodious you could summon out, what I would then do is use fusion sub to then fuse with, I don't know, one of the other like Melodious that you could summon from your hand, namely like a Sonata or something. So you can then fuse Sonata and Tam Tam to summon out your Shiberta, and then you can pendulum summon out. You would have are on board, then basically give you the protection. But otherwise, yeah, from one card you can get out these two to then basically you can banish 3, and then you can use these Swan's effect to then banish, and then during end phase they come back and you can still banish 3 again. Yeah, that's all just from one card combo. If you do open up with Ostinato, that is another way to combo off, except that instead of going off with the scales, you can just go straight into Batcher and do something similar like that, as I just shown. So that's it for the deck profile, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, happy dueling!